It's the Road to World Cup 26 podcast, your deep dive into everything FIFA World Cup every single week. Part of the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Laughing there because Ken, you're Mexican apparently. I've just seen an email from our old friend Susie Moreno.
Oh, Susie Moreno.
And she just emailed after listening to the pod to say, Ken, your name is being chanted all over Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's I'm being carried shoulder high through Guadalajara and Juarez and New Mexico. No, Mexico City, and all of those places. Yeah, honestly, I don't have to buy a beer in Mexico anymore.
Well, you've never bought a beer in Mexico before, so
I've never bought a beer anywhere, quite honestly.
Exactly that. No change there. Hello, everybody. You're listening to Road to World Cup 26 with me, Nick Britten, and my faithful old friend Ken Davies. It's been a very interesting last 48 hours. When we last spoke to you, we were very enthusiastic about England's chances. We were very enthusiastic about Scotland's chances. That didn't go. Neither of them went too well. We're going to go through those games, and we're going to have a look at the groups that we didn't talk about the other day. So the last six, we went through the first six. We're going to talk about the last six. Of course, whilst all this football is going on, stuff's going on. So groups A, B, and C are now done. They're now done. They're now finished. So we know what's going on there. And boy, Mexico taking this competition by storm.
Don't be jumping on the Mexico bandwagon now, Nick.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. That's your job.
That's my country, if you don't mind.
Yes, apologies, but
honestly, free holidays in Cancun. It's amazing. Honestly, freedom of the city of Mexico City.
I'm planning to be in Mexico in about 6 months' time.
A free llama. Is Mexico llama country? I'm not sure it is. Is that Peru? I don't know.
That's Peru.
Oh no, I've queered the
it's all over, mate. You're dropped from everybody's shoulders now.
Oh no.
And now
I'm going to Peru now.
Stamping on you. Yeah, it's all over, mate. It's all over. No, I'm going to Mexico later in the year, and I'll see if they're still singing "Ken, You Are My Brother."
Yeah, there's a statue up, by the way.
Just imagine. Right, look, let's get going with England versus Ghana, because this was a game that had no sense that it was going to be easy, but equally it had no sense that England were going to play as poorly. Ghana, we knew exactly what Ghana were going to do because they did the same against Panama. And if they're going to do the same against Panama, who are 42nd in the world, they're going to do the same against England, who are 4th in the world. They are, I've got to say, and I wrote a piece about this yesterday, arguably the most boring side I've ever watched at a World Cup.
They're very ugly indeed.
I think they're dreadful, and I don't celebrate Ghana at all. I'm afraid, not because they drew with England. I don't really care, but they're just my issue with them is they're not a Curacao, they're not a Cape Verde. They've got some very good players. They don't need to play so negatively, so boringly, and so defensively. That said, they almost won, didn't they?
Well, I mean,
should have had a penalty, by the way. Should have had a penalty.
Pickford should have been sent off.
And Pickford could. Well, I don't know. I don't think he should have been sent off. I think it was a yellow card.
Given.
You've seen them given, but it would have been incorrectly given because they were covering defenders. So I don't think it was.
That was certainly Pickford's foul.
Well, it was a foul by. Yeah, I agree.
Foul by Pickford. He got a decision. Yeah. It was a penalty as well.
No, it wasn't. It was outside the area, so it would have been free kick.
No, not that one. But there was another instance.
Ezri Konsa. That should have been a penalty. Yeah.
That looked like a pen. So we kind of got away with one there, but it needs to be said, it was anti-football by Ghana.
Awful. So listen, mate, where did it all go wrong? Where did it go wrong for England? Where are the shortfalls in a team that were two changes? So Gay came in to replace John Stones, and what was it? It feels such a long time ago. Anyway, there were two changes.
Yeah, there were two changes. Your man on the left-hand side.
Jed Spence came in. Jed Spence came in for Nico.
Jed Spence, with his facial protection thing. Three things that really stood out for me from that game. Firstly, that seems like an England performance I've seen many times. The inability to break down teams who are just, holding right back and just letting England come onto them. England are very bereft of ideas of that. So I've seen that before, and it's part of that doesn't worry me because I don't think all teams are going to play like Ghana, to be honest. But what it did do for me, it highlighted Kane's lack of mobility a little bit. I think Kane is great and really, really.
I knew
No,
this was going to happen.
honestly,
The first opportunity you
no,
could get on Harry Kane's back, bang, there you go. No
no.
recognition of
Honestly,
anything other than I just
honestly,
knew this.
I think against those kind of teams, we've learned something, which is, I mean, Kane is not fast enough, and he's not creating enough movement and space. There wasn't anything like enough movement up front, and I think therefore in games like that, when teams are going to sit back in that kind of way, I'd much rather have Tony on there or Watkins on there. Because
Ghana play. The thing is, Ghana play like this. They pack the middle of the defence. They put 11 men behind the ball at all times, as we saw.
yeah,
They pack the central column of the pitch, so your Bellinghams and your Kanes have no room to manoeuvre.
but you've got to pull them around a bit more.
Wait a minute. And they've got 3 or 4 players around them all the time. And then what they do is force you wide. Now, you would think for England, that wouldn't be a bad thing because you had Gordon on one side and you had Madueke on the other.
Yeah.
And then when they were switched out, you had Rashford on one side and Saka on the other. And it was only Saka, really. I thought Rashford played better than Gordon. It was only Saka who kind of then started creating when he came on.
He did.
So to me, I don't think Kane or Bellingham or those central players were the problem. To me, it was our chronic lack of skill, for want of a better word, creativity, but also I thought we were just playing safe so many times where the winger would get the ball, you just go, right, go on, take your man on, take it one-on-one.
And just knock it back to the midfield. Yeah, there's so much ticky-tacky around. I think in the first 10 minutes, I was half counting the England passes.
It was about 319.
It was about 350 to 4, wasn't there?
And no Ghana player touched the ball for the first 3.5 minutes of the game.
Absolutely crazy. But we did absolutely nothing with it. Now, part of that was, I do think part of that was the lack of movement in the middle, and I think that is down to Kane. I think we can do better with that. Part of it is the fact that really the only options really were like knocking the ball in, and when you've got so many people around Kane, you've got to, unless you're getting it exactly on his head, and they didn't, then it's not going to work. So we didn't play through them. We didn't have enough movement. We didn't have enough energy. I thought we were slow. I thought the pace was too low. I thought we didn't. The tempo wasn't fast enough. And the only way you're going to do something about with teams like you've got to outplay them, and you've got to outfast them. Really, you've got to make your tempo, impose your tempo on them, and we didn't. We played at their tempo.
Yeah, the only opportunity to do that though, because you can't. I mean, as fast a tempo as you want, you can't. It's very difficult if you're in the final third, hanging around the edge of the box, and you've got 11 players to try and get through. That's not about tempo. That's just about.
Oh, I do think there was
a little bit of luck, a little bit of wonder. I mean, we weren't shooting from outside the area at all, which I was a bit disappointed at because it became very obvious pretty early on that what the sort of game it was going to be.
And England, we're not going to break them down. That was pretty obvious for a long time.
Take some risks from outside the area. But the disappointing thing was in the second half. I mean, Ghana didn't even bother trying to get out of their area for the first half. In the second half, when they did push on a bit and had a bit more of the play, that was the opportunity on the transition.
Yeah.
When they've actually got players up the pitch to hurt them. And we just didn't.
No, we didn't. I mean, those transitions were very, very few and far between. Look, it was a horrible performance. England don't have the way they're currently structured. I don't think the capability of breaking teams that really just sit back. I just don't think we're going to see many more of them.
Well, we'll see one on Saturday because they're going to play Panama, and Panama are going to do exactly the same.
Yeah, but I just think they're not going to be quite as good at it as Ghana.
I agree. They're not really going to be. They're not going to be a massive pushover because they really should have got a point against Ghana. It was 0-0 till the 95th minute, and they were the better team. All the stats, Panama versus Ghana, all the stats favour Panama. They have more shots. Yeah,
because Ghana don't even try to play, do they?
No. And they only lost 1-0 to Croatia. So I think it'll be a repeat of the game. And the longer it goes on at 0-0, the more worried England are going to get.
I think
So
we'll get an earlier
hope for early
goal,
goals.
and I
Do you think we'll?
I think
Do you
we'll
think
end
we'll
up
see a
winning
change?
3-0. I think we'll end up winning that one 3
I
nil.
would think so.
And
Well, you'd
if we
like
don't beat Panama, I'll eat my hat.
to. Hey, boom.
Thank you.
Changes?
No, wouldn't really. I mean, Saka. I'd like to see Saka. I think Saka and Rashford actually did a lot better than who they replaced. I
Well, I
like.
think Gordon. I think from what I read and heard, Gordon only started because Rashford had a bit of a niggly hamstring. But Gordon's done nothing, I'm
Nothing
afraid,
at all.
in these two games
Nothing at
to
all.
warrant a starting place.
Saka's got to play because Saka can
Yeah.
play through people and he can run at people and he just does things at a different pace
He's
and
just
he
better.
makes
He's just a
things
better player.
happen.
Yeah.
This is part of the problem. There was no one making things happen for England. We need someone who can make things happen, even if it goes wrong 5 times out of 6. If the sixth one doesn't, so we just need to. Tuchel was upset, wasn't he? You can tell that Tuchel wasn't happy.
Why would he be happy?
Yeah, but I think he was unhappy with the way we were playing.
Yeah. Well, welcome to England, mate. What do you think about a goalkeeper?
Pickford.
He's had 2 dodgy games.
Yeah, but
He looks a bag of nerves.
I'll be all right. I don't. I mean, I think Pickford is the best keeper in England by a
Agree.
long way.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I agree with
and-
that. But what's going on? That's my point. Sorry, that was my question. I'm not suggesting he should be dropped. What's going on though? Because he's making uncharacteristic mistakes.
Yeah, he did. He
He
did.
did again. I think he should have done a bit better against Croatia and certainly against Ghana when he came. He was caught in no man's land. He came rushing out of his goal. He committed a foul, which for some reason the referee, who was one of the good things about the World Cup, Ken, is it reminds me how bad referees are around the rest of the world, and therefore we shouldn't complain too much in England about the standard of refereeing. I thought the referee was really just really inconsistent. We couldn't work out what he was going to do next. And towards the end of the game, when Ghana were just falling over, if you were looking at them from 30 yards, and he was just buying it all the time. He was almost like he wanted a 0-0. He didn't want any controversy of a late goal and just wanted to get the game over and done with within about 15 minutes to go. I thought it was a very poor referee.
Yeah, and it's weird about Bellingham, wasn't it? Half time, he was getting really stroppy, wasn't he? Really stroppy, and I like the fact that he cares, but it just sounded he was a little bit petulant, wasn't he?
Well, we know he's got that in him. That is that manner of behaviour which caused him to be dropped in the first place.
Yeah,
last year by Tuchel.
Yeah, Tuchel won't
like that.
Tuchel won't like that, and I didn't like it because I don't think it gave out the right message at all.
No,
it gave out the message that we're super frustrated. We're never going to make this work, and that's just ammunition for the opposition.
Well, Carlos Queiroz said, didn't he, after in his post match, he said at half time we knew mentally and physically we'd got them.
Yeah, we were rattled. It wasn't a great performance. Now, it isn't going to affect anything because we're going to beat Panama and we're going to end up winning the group. But it was just a reminder that we're not as good as we maybe think we are.
Okay, we'll come on to the rest of the group in a little while, but let's just touch on yesterday's game featuring the other home nation, Scotland. Now, they went into the Brazil game with a chance. I mean, they did the hard work in the first game. They beat Haiti. And they lost narrowly to Morocco. They went in with good optimism, came out on the back of an absolute hiding. I mean, 3-0 did not reflect the game.
That could have been anything.
If it had been 6-0 or 7-0, nobody would have batted an eye.
And that would have been Scotland out of the World Cup. Doesn't matter if you got 3 points, that would have been it.
Well, as it is, they are now looking very, very shaky.
Very shaky.
I thought sort of a few days ago that 3 points and a goal difference of -1 or 2, you're all right. But they've now got a goal difference of -3, and other teams are picking up results where we didn't expect.
Yeah.
So we'll look at the third place table in a moment. But Scotland went from kind of second and third and looking safe to very near that line of doom.
And it was real self-sabotage, and it could have been worse. I mean, the first goal was an absolute aberration, and then the goal that was then disallowed was even worse.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, I've seen footage which looks like it was a foul. I've seen footage where it doesn't look like it was a foul. I suppose I can kind of accept it was a foul.
I can kind of see it wasn't it wasn't one of those where you look at it and go, I cannot understand why he's
Yeah, he
giving it.
stepped on his foot, didn't he? That was
Yeah,
just
but
about
it was his foot that he was moving towards the ball to
Yeah.
pass the ball back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And I think that's what swung it.
That's
I
what
think if it had
swung
been his
it.
other boot, it wouldn't have been given. But
No.
because it was his foot that he was starting to move towards the ball to pass it,
Yeah.
and therefore the player impeded his ability to pass the ball.
Yeah. But I
ran
don't
on
think he
and scored.
expected it to be given. I don't think the player expected it to be given.
Didn't look like it. No.
I think he
Vinny ran
just
away.
thought, I've
Vinny ran
messed
away
up here,
celebrating.
and there it is
Yeah,
2-0.
didn't look at it.
But Scotland were abysmal. No, it's Brazil, but Brazil aren't great.
No.
They're
They've been a
not
bit
great.
disappointing themselves. I don't like their formation.
No.
I don't like this Casemiro, Bruno, Guimaraes midfield of
it's not.
two. It just gets overrun.
It's going to get overrun, yeah. It's going to get overrun by better teams.
Yeah.
But Scotland threw it away, really.
They've scored 7 goals, Brazil. So you could argue that, well, that's what they're about. But against better teams, that midfield's going to get swamped. Scotland and Steve Clarke particularly, what surprised me, it didn't even surprise me, it astounded me, frankly, that before the competition, they gave Steve Clarke a new contract till 2030. I don't get it. I don't think he's any good. I don't understand. I think he comes across as just being very miserable. He's walked out of 2 press conferences in a row now when journalists are trying to ask him legitimate questions. He's surly. He sort of mumbles along. He's one of the least inspirational managers I can see on the current circuit. And I don't get what it is that's so good about him, other than the fact that he's got Scotland to the World Cup. And fair play to him. Well done getting Scotland to the World Cup. They shouldn't have done. Really,
yeah, and bear in mind, this is a 48-team World Cup.
Yeah,
that's really why they're there.
Yes,
they wouldn't be there in the 32 World Cup.
Yeah, but all this build up in a difficult group, fine. But I didn't even think they were much good against Haiti. To be honest with you, I thought they were lucky to get the 1-0.
They weren't.
And against Morocco, they were outclassed. Against Brazil, they were totally outclassed. And what now? But Steve Clarke's got he's got a contract for another.
Well, I don't think they're going to get through. I think they're going to be one of the third place teams that doesn't get through.
Well, they're on -3 goal difference, and we'll have a look at that table in just a little while. So, yeah, not a great round of games for the home nations, really. But England at least have a chance to put it right on Saturday night against Panama. Now, Ken, a word from our sponsor, if you would.
Yeah, because the Road to World Cup 26 podcast is partnering with Bioniq, the world's most personalised supplements, because your body is unique. And because if you don't know exactly what your body needs, if you just take off-the-shelf supplements, you might not be getting what you need. You may be getting too much of what you don't need. So Bioniq provide 100% tailor-made supplements specifically designed for your body. So if you want to ensure that your body gets what it needs, click on the show notes. Click the link, you'll get 50% off your first order.
It's the Road to World Cup 26 podcast, your deep dive into everything FIFA World Cup every single week. Part of the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Listening to Road to World Cup 26. Do drop us a line. We like to hear from you. Road to World Cup 26 at gmail.com. Road to World Cup 26 at gmail.com. Always keen to have your views. Loads of you are now commenting on Spotify and Google and on YouTube and stuff like that. So thank you very much. Always welcome. Always good to know that you're enjoying the show. Now, a couple of days ago, we brought you groups A to F progress report. We're now going to bring you the rest. So groups G onwards down to L and see how it's all shaping up, because in the next 48 hours those groups will be done and dusted.
Yeah, and they're into knockout next week. That's where it gets really interesting.
Hurrah. Yeah, at last. Yeah. Group G, which is not the most interesting group because we've had lots of draws in that. We've had Iran drawing both their games, Belgium drawing both of their games, and Egypt topping the group with having won one and drawn one. They've drawn one of those. So lots and lots of draws, which equates to a close group. Not the most exciting, but not great news for Belgium, who are currently sitting in third, because they've only got 2 points. So they need to get something.
Yeah.
They need to get something out of their last game, which is against Iran. Against New Zealand. Sorry, New Zealand. They drew 0-0 with Iran. So Yeah, it's a bit of a shootout, that game,
It
for
could.
finishing in third spot, isn't it? Well,
It's
unless
a bit of a
Belgium,
shootout for finishing in first spot.
to be
Quality. New
fair,
Zealand could still top the group.
anything can happen. I'm just looking at it
Anything could
now.
happen. You've got Egypt against Iran. Iran are a decent team. Egypt are look decent. And then New Zealand against Belgium. My view would be we're looking at an Egypt victory and a Belgian victory, and I think we'll end up with Egypt winning the group, Belgium second, which, by the way, in a strange twist of fate, is exactly what you predicted
Thank
back
you
when
very
you did this
much.
at the start. So I
Yeah,
think that's
I
what's
think
going to
that's
happen.
likely. I'll just add one thing to this. I really, really, really hope Iran go through,
Yeah,
because they have been playing not just against their opponents in this World Cup, but everything that the American authorities can legitimately throw at them,
and
and
illegitimately.
and FIFA for that point. To be fair, my ire is more at FIFA than it is against America, and they've done really well. Well, they haven't won a game, but they've not lost one either. They are unbeaten, and fair play to them,
Hmm.
because they are not afforded the same level of preparation and recovery as every single other of the 48 teams. It's 47 teams can do one thing. Iran has to do their own thing. So I really hope they make it through.
Well, a point I think will get him into third place, and we'll get him into a third place that they will qualify with. So
I
anything
wouldn't
more?
take. Do you know what? I wouldn't take Belgium, New Zealand as a gimme.
Really?
I've not been impressed by Belgium at all.
No.
They're one of those. They're one of the underperforming teams in my book.
Yeah, I do see because I know when we talked about Holland and Belgium, didn't we, as potential dark horses. I think I expect them to beat New Zealand. I do, even though they have got a Wrexham player playing for them, New Zealand, of course. FYI,
Who's
uh,
that?
Kakache,
That Welsh guy, yeah, Kakache.
Kakache, the New Zealand
Doesn't even sound.
player.
He doesn't even sound New Zealandy.
Kakache, he's from
Never heard of him. Never heard of him.
he's the left back. Anyway, so that's what's going to happen in Group G. In Group H, of course, you've got Spain, who are only on 4 points. Uruguay, the darling team of everyone, Capa Verde, and Saudi Arabia. So this is
Mm,
interesting because you've got Cape Verde against Saudi
I
Arabia.
know. Do you know what?
I want them to win
Cape
that.
Verde will win that. Cape Verde will win that.
And you've got Uruguay against Spain, which is not
Spain will win
an
that.
easy game. So what?
Spain will win that. So I've got. I mean, as it stands, I think Spain will win the group. I think they'll beat Uruguay, and I think Cape Verde will finish second,
Yeah,
which
they're
is
going to finish second.
unbelievable.
Going to finish second. Uruguay won't qualify on 2 points. So
That is
that's an interesting
unbelievable.
one. Which is so that means they're probably going to fall from second to actually not qualifying in third place.
Yeah. No, indeed, yeah. As it stands, I'm looking at the as it stands table. As it stands, Cape Verde will play England in the next knockout round.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to stay that way
No,
because
it's such a shame. It'd be good if it did, though, wouldn't it?
Cape Verde are going to be. Well, maybe we'll get Cape Verde in the final. Uh, Group I, Group I settled, even though they've only played 2 games because we've got France and Norway. We don't know who's first or second, but here's the big game, isn't it? Coming up, Norway against France.
It should be a great game, unless it won't, unless they're just going to play out on 0-0. I
No.
mean, it depends what the route is here. It depends who fancies. If they both fancy finishing first, it'll be a game of it. Equally, if they're not bothered, then it might not be. I don't know.
Who are they up against?
I've really enjoyed watching France or Norway. At a moment, France will play Sweden,
Yeah,
and
it's a
Norway
tough
will play
game.
Ivory Coast. So, um,
Norway, Sweden would be a tasty one, but I think Norway are going to turn France over, by the way.
no, dear,
I've got a funny feeling for Norway.
mate, you want to get that checked out by a doctor. Uh, I know, I know what happened to you last time. You had a funny feeling.
Yeah, I'm over it now,
Um,
though. That gel worked a treat.
that's good. I'm glad.
Mm.
At least you can sit down for prolonged periods.
Yeah,
Uh,
on a cushion, though.
it's going to be going to be a great game to watch. I don't know which way it could go. Just
I,
France looks so good. Mbappe just looks so good at the moment.
yeah, he does, but yeah, he does. But so
Well,
does Haaland.
Yeah,
No
so does
one looks
Haaland.
better than Haaland.
So does Haaland. Yeah. No, fair dues. Senegal are third on 0 points, so they're going home. Iraq are fourth on 0 points, they're going home.
Not necessarily. Senegal go
well,
and
wait a
put
minute.
3 past Iraq. They're going through.
Yeah, I was going to say they've only on -3. Iraq are on -6, so they've got very little hope.
This, by the way, coming back full circle, is one of the reasons why Scotland are in such a perilous position. Because Senegal are going home, but if they beat Iraq 1-0, they're above Scotland
Yeah.
in third place. Scotland are going home.
Oh my goodness.
because you've of the 4 teams in 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, 3 of them have got easy games. So Scotland are going home, in my opinion. So that's that. Group J, we've got Argentina on 6 points. We've got Austria on 3, Algeria on 3, Jordan on 0. Jordan have been pretty shocking. We've got Algeria against Austria, really playing for second place. Argentina are probably going to go and put 24 past Jordan, I would imagine.
The good thing about this is nobody can be quite sure. One of the reasons why I like this new format and why I like this whole 1, 2, and 3 bit is that Argentina, in years gone by, this table is done because there's no third place going through. So Argentina put out the B side, and it becomes a complete waste of time. But as it is, there's they could finish if they put out a B side and there's a shock, they could finish second in the group.
Yeah, they could. I mean, it's unlikely,
and that will mean a game against Spain.
Yeah, and you wouldn't
as opposed to a game against Uruguay, as things stand, as we keep saying. So yeah, there is still a little bit of jeopardy there. So, but I expect Argentina to win. They've looked very good.
Yeah, they will.
They've looked very good.
Do you know who would you pick between Austria and Algeria though? Algeria won their last game.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't think there's anything to pick between those two.
Yeah,
neither of them are winning the World Cup, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Group K, now Colombia have surprised us all.
They're looking good.
We've talked about teams, the South American teams, not apart from Argentina, not really lighting up the World Cup on almost home turf. But Colombia have bucked the trend.
They have. They've had 2 relatively easy games. I mean, Uzbekistan are pretty poor, as we found out against Portugal, when even the immovable Cristiano Ronaldo managed to get on the score sheet.
We're going to come to him in a moment. When we get to
so Colombia have got to play Portugal. I think Portugal. I don't think Portugal are great, quite honestly, and I think Colombia could surprise them. I think Congo are going to beat Uzbekistan, which is another reason why Scotland are going home. Because at the moment, Congo are 10th in the 3rd place table, but they're not going to be there after that game. So another team are overtaking Scotland. Which, if 2 teams overtake Scotland, Scotland are going home, and we can see where that's coming from: the Congo, Senegal, or Belgium.
Yeah. Goodness me. Right, Group L, England, top of the group, Ghana second, both on 4 points, Croatia third on 3rd. So there's lots of potential jeopardy here.
But I think I know. Not really. England are going to beat Panama quite convincingly. I'm desperate for Croatia to beat Ghana.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I don't want to see Ghana playing this World Cup anymore. Go home, Ghana.
Ghana will play.
But they will qualify because
they'll qualify in 3rd place. Definitely qualify in 3rd place. And to be honest, that is likely to be the situation. So I think we're pretty clear what's going to happen.
Well, look, if we have a look at the 3rd place table as things stand, Scotland, there's obviously 8 go through, 4 go home from 3rd place. Mm-hmm. At the moment, Scotland are the lowest ranked team who've played their 3 games.
Yeah.
In other words, they're 7th.
Yeah.
And obviously 1 to 8 go through.
Yeah.
So they've only got the cushion of 1 place. But below them is Cape Verde, Belgium. Well, Cape Verde above the line, and then the 4 that currently are going home: Belgium, Congo, Ecuador, and Senegal. But all of those 5 teams have still got a game to play.
And 4 of them are going to win. 4 of them are going to win. The only one that's not going to win is Ecuador. So Ecuador are going to go home because they're playing Germany. All the other 4 teams are going to win. Now, here's the thing that is in Scotland's favour. There are 4 teams above Scotland who have played 2 games, who, if they lose, they could fall below on goal difference. So you've got a situation like Algeria and Paraguay, who have both conceded 2 goals in 2 games. They've got a -2 goal difference. If they lose 2-0, they fall below Scotland. So Algeria and Paraguay, Algeria playing Austria, I can't see them losing 2-0, and Paraguay are doing something else. Well, I don't even know what Paraguay are playing, but I'll find out for you.
Well,
they're playing Australia.
They're playing Australia. That's right. Yeah.
This morning, overnight. We've got so many games overnight, by the way.
I know. It is worth saying, as things stand, 3 groups have finished, by the way. So we'll just rattle over. So Mexico, on Group A, Mexico 3 out of 3.
Yeah. Impressive.
Not a goal conceded and scored 6.
Impressive.
And
No one will.
surprise,
No one will want to play Mexico.
absolutely, I know. The massive surprise of the group, and almost the shock of the World Cup so far, is that South Africa, who were down and out, they had one foot in the plane. They were on their way to the airport, South Africa, and just stopped off at the stadium to have a kick around before they went
turned
home.
the plane round, actually.
And they beat South Korea,
I know.
who, by the way, left Heung-min Son on the bench for 45 minutes.
You think that's a capital offence, don't you? You think that's
Well, I think that's a
automatic
sackable
sacking,
offence.
isn't it?
It is. I'll tell you what, it will be. If they go out and don't make it through, that's a sackable offence, because that's one of the worst tactical decisions I've ever seen. Unless he's injured, in which case it's entirely understandable. But he wasn't, because he came on for the second 45. Bad move, man. And South Africa beat them and leapt from 4th and going home with 1 point to 2nd and automatically qualifying. I mean, talk about getting under the curtain as it comes down. That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So well done, South Africa. And we spoke to Bra Jakes, didn't we, earlier on in this year, who's when we were looking at South Africa, and he said we are not going to do anything at the World Cup. He's a South African journalist, by the way. We had him on the show, and he said, no, we've got no chance of doing anything. We've had a terrible AFCON. We're going to have a terrible World Cup. Nobody's feeling it. Nobody's got any hope. And here they are through the knockouts.
It's the power of one win, isn't it?
It is the power of one, my friend.
The power of one. And there you go.
And Switzerland and Canada are through.
Yeah, Switzerland are always better.
Oh, no.
I mean, granted, Xhaka, isn't it? He's had a great World Cup, I think.
He's had a great season. He's
an
amazing
great
season at Sunderland. Yeah.
He's a great player. I could just watch Xhaka all day. So, Canada have done well to qualify in second place. They'll be pleased with that.
Yeah, and I'm pleased for them. They have done well. And Brazil, Morocco, not surprisingly, through in Group C. We've talked about Scotland in third. So they've both finished on 2 victories and 1 draw.
Morocco had a square.
Points.
Morocco had a scare. They were a goal down to Haiti, weren't they? But pulled it round 4-2. Morocco still my dark horse favourite, and Mexico, of course, where I'm essentially the patron saint of football.
You are now, my friend. You are now. Games coming up then. This is a bit tricky. I always get this wrong because it's all overnight over here. But today in the USA, Curacao in Group E, Curacao versus Ivory Coast and Ecuador versus Germany. That's 9 o'clock UK time. So
I want to see Ecuador beat Germany. I really want to see Ecuador beat Germany.
I do as well. Oh, so do I.
Because Ecuador have not turned up, and we've been singing their praises for the last year.
I know. Then we've got Japan, Sweden, Tunisia, Netherlands in Group F. That'll finish that group. And in Group D, we'll finish with Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey, who are the proper
staying up for
Turkeys
Japan, Sweden, which could be an absolute master.
Mate, I stayed up for Brazil, Scotland last night. I went to bed at 1:30 in the morning. I was tired today, and I've had a hard day at work. So, but what a good game that'll be. I love Japan; they're great.
I think, and Sweden have been fantastic.
Yeah, Sweden have been fantastic. Turkey versus USA. USA.
Turkey have been rubbish. So
Turkey have been terrible. So I'm hoping and expecting the US to have a comfortable win and finish their group 3 out of 3, which I'm very impressed with. I'm really getting on board the USA bandwagon here. So,
are you going to make America great again?
Mate, you know I love the USA. You know that.
You do. So, great. And then tomorrow night, when we all get back from work, 8 o'clock, Norway v France. That'll be worth watching.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. So anyway, look, by the time Sunday finishes, all the group stages are done.
Yep.
No, in fact, one of the games has taken place. South Africa versus Canada.
Yeah,
it's the first of the last of the round of 32.
Yeah, and that's confirmed as a game.
Yeah, which is on Sunday.
So by the time we record our Sunday episode,
which we're doing, by the way, don't skip out of it like you did last time.
Oh no, I'll definitely be here on Sunday. We will know exactly what the round of 32 looks like. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, who's playing who?
Who's playing who? Yeah. So who's going to? Yeah, well, let's hope Cape Verde get through, but I think they will now.
Yes, let's hope so. It's been.
So we want Iran and we want Cape Verde, don't we?
Yes, they're the two who we kind of are rooting for of the massive underdogs, if you want to call it Iran and massive underdog. But you know what I'm getting at here.
That's it.
And come on, England, and best of luck, Scotland. I think, mate, by the time we talk again, the Titan Army will be back in.
I'm
the
sure.
Land of the new.
Yeah, I think they will. I'm sure that when we did this prediction where United States won their group and Iran came second in their group, I'm sure it's a USA-Iran 32.
Well,
I'm sure that's what it is. But
let's see how it plays out. Before you get your hopes up, let's see
imagine that
how it plays out. But I'm going to end the podcast just with an ode of what's the phrase? Praise, dedication, joy, because Scotland on the pitch.
Thank you very much.
Not to you. Scotland on the pitch have been pretty pathetic. They've been pretty wretched. Scotland off the pitch have been magnificent.
Well, they always
and I
are.
think one of the highlights of my World Cup so far is watching the bagpipes, and I think there were some drums, but certainly the bagpipes, march along the river along in Boston. Yeah. It was stirring, beautiful, fantastic stuff. What a support they have.
They always bring it. There's absolutely no question about that. So yeah, well done then. They're enjoying themselves. I kind of hope they get through. I just think they are.
I hope they get through.
They're walking a tightrope right now.
I know. I hope they get through. I'm just really disappointed in how they play.
If they get through, they're going to be 8. They're going to be 8th in that of those 8. I reckon there's a chance of 2 of them, 3 going up and 2 coming down, and might just do it.
Well, I hope so. I hope so for the Tartan Army's sake, if nothing else. Right. Okay, folks, keep on enjoying the football. It's getting better and better as it gets hotter and hotter here. It's about 35 degrees.
It's going to be nicer next week.
Is it? Thank goodness for that. It's been
weirdly, we say it's going to be nicer next week, and we mean it's going to be sunnier. It's going to be nice next week. It's going to be less sunny.
Thank goodness for that. And we will speak to you again on Sunday. So until then, thank you for tuning in. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
It's the Road to World Cup 26 podcast, your deep dive into everything FIFA World Cup every single week. Part of the Global Sports Podcast Network.